The battle. In temperatures of 35 degrees, the Marines fought not just the Chinese but the cold itself. They broke out of the encirclement, inflicting devastating casualties on the enemy and bringing their dead and wounded with them. For example, during the Battle of Chosin Reservoir in 1950, the extreme cold caused weapons to jam and equipment to fail, forcing the Marines to rely on their resourcefulness and sheer determination to survive and fight their way out. However, some argue that the extreme cold was not the only factor in the Marines' success. They point out that the Chinese forces were also poorly equipped and unprepared for the harsh conditions, which played a significant role in their defeat. Additionally, the Marines' superior training and leadership contributed to their ability to adapt and overcome the challenges they faced. The Battle of Chosin Reservoir was a pivotal conflict during the Korean War in 1950, where United Nations forces, primarily U.S. Marines, faced overwhelming odds against Chinese troops in freezing conditions. The Battle of Chosin Reservoir can be compared to a climber scaling a treacherous icy mountain. Just as the climber must navigate freezing temperatures, equipment failures, and the constant threat of falling, the Marines faced extreme cold, weapon malfunctions, and overwhelming enemy forces. Yet, through determination and resourcefulness, both managed to push forward and survive. This is similar to a marathon runner facing unexpected obstacles during a race. Despite the harsh weather, fatigue, and unforeseen challenges, the runner's training, mental resilience, and adaptability allow them to push through and cross the finish line. In both scenarios, perseverance and adaptability were crucial in overcoming extreme challenges and achieving success. How it defined the Marines. Unbreakable esprit de corps. Chosin forged a legend of mental and physical toughness beyond measure. The mantra, "Retreat hell, we're just attacking in a different direction," embodies the Marine Corps' refusal to accept defeat. The Marines' resilience and refusal to accept defeat at Chosin Reservoir became a defining moment in their history, solidifying their reputation for unwavering determination and adaptability in the face of overwhelming adversity. For example, the 1st Marine Division's ability to fight through subzero temperatures, supply shortages, and overwhelming enemy forces at the Chosin Reservoir in 1950 exemplifies their legendary resilience. However, some critics argue that the Marines' actions at Chosin Reservoir, while courageous, also reflected strategic misjudgments. The decision to advance into hostile territory with insufficient supplies and inadequate preparation for the extreme cold has been questioned. Additionally, the high casualty rate and the eventual withdrawal suggest that the operation, while heroic, may not have been as strategically successful as it is often portrayed. In summary, while the Marines' courage and adaptability at Chosin Reservoir are legendary, the operation also highlights the consequences of strategic misjudgments and inadequate preparation. The ability to adapt. This was not a planned amphibious assault, but a rapid, brutal land campaign in a new environment. It proved the Corps could excel in any climate, under any dire circumstances. The Chosin Reservoir campaign taught the importance of thorough logistical planning and preparation for extreme conditions. It highlighted the necessity of adapting strategies to suit unpredictable environments and the critical role of leadership in inspiring troops under duress. These lessons have since informed military operations, emphasizing the balance between bravery and strategic foresight. For instance, the Marines' ability to operate in sub-zero temperatures, repair equipment with limited resources, and maintain morale despite overwhelming odds showcased their resilience. However, others argue that the Marines' success at Chosin Reservoir was not solely due to their adaptability, but also to external factors, such as the enemy's own logistical challenges and the terrain. Additionally, some believe that the campaign's outcome could have been different with better strategic planning and preparation, suggesting that the operation's success was more a result of circumstance than exceptional leadership. The Chosin Reservoir campaign was a pivotal battle during the Korean War in 1950, where U.S. Marines faced extreme cold and overwhelming enemy forces. The Chosin Reservoir campaign can be compared to a group of mountaineers scaling an unforgiving peak in a blizzard. Despite the harsh conditions and limited resources, their determination and ingenuity allowed them to press on, much like the Marines who adapted and endured in the face of overwhelming challenges. In summary, the Chosin Reservoir campaign highlights the Marines' resilience and adaptability, though external factors and strategic challenges also played a significant role in the battle's outcome. Hughes City, 1968, the birth of urban warfare. The defining moment. During the Tet Offensive, Marines were thrust into a desperate block-by-block fight to recapture Vietnam's ancient imperial capital. The intense urban combat in Hughes City forced the Marines to develop new tactics suited for densely populated environments. Traditional battlefield strategies were adapted to accommodate the complexities of fighting in a city, such as maneuvering through narrow streets and clearing buildings. This experience underscored the importance of training troops for urban warfare, which has since become a crucial aspect of military operations in modern conflicts. The Marines' resourcefulness and determination in Hughes City exemplify their ability to adapt to the demands of urban warfare, a skill that has become increasingly vital in modern military operations. For example, the Marines' use of small, coordinated fire teams to clear buildings and their reliance on close-quarters combat techniques demonstrated their adaptability to the challenges of urban warfare. However, some argue that the Marines' tactics in Hughes City were not entirely successful. Critics point out that the intense urban combat resulted in significant casualties and destruction, raising questions about the effectiveness of their approach. Additionally, the reliance on close-quarters combat techniques highlighted the challenges of adapting traditional military strategies to densely populated environments, suggesting that more specialized training and resources were needed to address the unique demands of urban warfare. This is similar to trying to navigate a dense forest with only a map designed for open plains. While the skills and tools are useful in certain contexts, the unique challenges of the environment require specialized strategies and resources to avoid unnecessary obstacles and setbacks. In conclusion, the Marines' tactics in Hughes City underscored the need for specialized strategies to address the complexities of urban warfare.